Anyways, you always mess me up when you do it.
I know, we're gonna do it at the same time.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, we are going to have a little fun today. I've been watching my wife do makeup for like the past 4 years. That's just in marriage. It's not quite 4 years yet. I guess June 18th next month will be our 4-year anniversary.
This month.
Oh yeah, it's June now. Sick, dude. We got like 17 days left. So, I've been watching her do makeup for like the last 4 years, and I'm thinking, dude, I can do that. So, today, I am going to do Coco's makeup, and I'm gonna show all you guys how to do it. Just kidding. I really don't know how. I'm not very good, but also I'm a guy, and I kind of like, I like Braveheart. So it's not gonna be just a normal makeup tutorial. It's gonna be half Braveheart, half Pretty Lady. So you might want to stick tuned and you might want to keep watching and see how this turns out. Fun fact, we actually already made this video today, and then as I was beginning to edit, my app crashed and I lost all the footage. So we're doing it again, but it's probably a good thing. I think we kind of learned how to, well, I learned what I'm trying to do. I had a little bit of a practice run, which isn't really fair to you guys, but whatever. And I got a drink this time. So let's get to it. So I'm going to do foundation first. This is how all the YouTubers do it. You girls probably relate to that. Guys are like, what is he doing? All right, so I'm gonna throw some foundation on this lady.
I already prepped and primed my skin and did my eyebrows.
I'm gonna have her do her eyelashes too, some falsies they call them, because last time there just needed to be something extra, and it's the eyelashes. So she's gonna throw those babies on, but I'm gonna do the rest. So, oh shoot, oh no.
Okay, so I have some questions
Let me have them.
that we're gonna talk about. First thing, favorite Disney movie character?
Favorite Disney movie character?
Getting in my eyebrows.
No, I'm looking at it. You're not looking at
I
it.
can feel it.
Well, I can see it.
Okay, well.
Really, you gotta really dig the sponge into the eye holes. There's like this part right here and right here where like makeup just refuses to go. Okay, favorite Disney character. So you were talking Disney.
Disney, classic Disney.
Max.
Max from Goofy movie?
Max and Roxanne, dude. Max. Oh, fun fact. People always are like, Peej. That's an interesting name. I've never heard of it. Dude, the fat guy on Goofy movie, his name is Peej.
True.
So I'm not the only one. Yeah, dude, Max is pretty cool, and I like him because he kind of learned his lesson, you know? He was a jerk to his dad. Then he went on this road trip, and he was like, turns out his dad wasn't that bad. And I love that part. Who's your favorite possum? And then he just like smacks him in the head. Oh, that's a good one. Who's your favorite?
I would say Mulan, because she's like
A little bit more
warrior.
Now, wait, is Mulan your favorite Disney cartoon, or is she just your favorite character?
She's my favorite character.
So what's your favorite Disney cartoon?
Moana.
Moana? Dude,
Mhm.
that's a good one. But Finding Nemo, I mean, you can't really beat Finding Nemo. Okay, so I put on some foundation. I got it a lot on her lips, but it is what it is. One second, I gotta get a plate. I keep thinking that now. Who's your favorite possum?
Favorite exhibit to see at the zoo?
Polar bear. Polar bears are my favorite animals. Those things are so cool. And I lived in Alaska for like 7 years, never even saw one. What's your favorite?
Probably either the elephants or giraffes. Or the lions. Like, they're so big.
You've always kind of wanted to go to Africa, haven't you?
Yeah, I've always wanted. And I wanted to go on a safari.
Dude, that'd be cool.
Because that would be so cool. Like, I hate seeing animals in zoos because I feel bad for them. But I also like to go to zoos because I like to look at them.
Yeah. So, little fun fact about my family. My mom was pretty much raised in Africa. I'm sure she's eaten elephants before.
I'm sure she has. Favorite book of the Bible and why?
Oh, dude, Exodus. Exodus is the cool. I could talk about this forever. In our Bible group, we ran through the book of Exodus, and I showed these guys. We really only went through the first 15 chapters, and man, that book of the Bible is so rich with like detail and stuff. But what's crazy about it? Oh, I didn't do the little girly thing.
Your hand has to be up.
This is concealer. It conceals. Talk about Disney. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know.
You know what's another?
But now they know. Let it go. Let it go.
Funny Dory.
Don't run around. Wait, don't run. What?
What?
Yeah, so back to Exodus, because I was talking about, oh dude, let it go. That's exactly like what Moses said, only it was let my people go. But yeah, Exodus is awesome, and what's cool about it is like you read it through, and it's pretty easy to be like, dude, this is really boring. But then when you actually like look at it and read it, and most importantly, put yourself in the shoes of like Moses and the Israelites and whatnot, that book is fantastic. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Okay, so I nailed some concealer on her, and now I'm going to do her eye up here. So this is where it comes to not be fair for you guys, because I learned some pretty cool tricks on the last session that I'm gonna implement right away, and I'm gonna look like I know what I'm doing, and really I don't. Yeah, what's your favorite book of the Bible?
Like Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, those kind of books, because they kind of just like tell you straightforward how to be Christian and stuff.
Oh, okay, so I got the Tarteletta in Bloom by Tarte, T.M. Smells like chocolate. I'm not even joking, it smells like chocolate.
I know.
So there's like a lot of names in here. I don't know if you can see all these colors, but dude, they're like Charmer, Flower Child, Rocker.
What's your tattoos?
Oh yeah, dude.
Rocker? Yeah.
Gerard. I named this old guy Gerard. Firecracker. That reminds me of my friend Jack. Sweetheart. Dude, this is Leader, Rebel. I'm gonna start with Sweetheart because that's who my wife is. So this bad boy's going right on the eyeball. Oh, dude, I'm reading through Romans right now, and it's crazy. Sometimes I feel like the longer I walk with Jesus and the closer I get to him, the less I know. Probably 5 years ago, I was like, dude, I got this Bible thing down, me and Jesus are tight. And I know that I'm tight with Jesus now, but with the whole Bible thing, I'm like, how did I not see that before? But I think that's just like a stage of growing, you know? I met Coco like 7 years ago now. A lot of people ask like how we met and stuff. It was really crazy. I've never seen somebody fall so quickly for somebody so fast. She met me, and it was like her world stopped and she was ready for long-term commitment. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how it happened at all. In fact, my dad was a high school counselor at the time, and she was in high school. So I flew up on their last day of school, and I mean, I'm not gonna say like, I don't wanna say I was like flocked, but Kotzebue doesn't get like a lot of visitors, you know? All right, now I'm moving on to Smarty Pants because Coco got a 4.0 throughout her like entire education life. So it just seems to work. It smells like chocolate. I kind of got swarmed a little bit, and I was enjoying the attention because I was insecure. But I saw Coco talking to my dad, and I was just thinking, hot dang, I gotta go talk to that lady. So I make my way on over there, and she's talking to my dad, and my dad goes, Bubba! That's what my family calls me. They're like, Bubba! And he goes, this is Savannah. Savannah, this is my son, Peej. And I go, hey, how you doing? And she had this piece of paper, and I'm no joke, not even exaggerating. She goes, oh, hi, and back down, turns around and walks away. That was all she did, dude, and I was like, what in the world? This girl did not give me the time of day.
I was really shy.
I went home and told my parents that I was gonna marry her that day. That's all it took, was those 2 words, and I was like, that's the one.
Well, it's funny too, because his parents kind of built him up a little bit. Like when I was in cheerleading, we would be in practice, and his dad would come up and show us a picture of PJ's senior pictures, which are like, you know, the good pictures of your high school years. We were like, okay. And he was like, you know, coming. He's coming. You can invite him out, hang out and stuff. And so all the girls were like, okay, yeah, cool. But I was like, probably not. So.
It was funny though. She said she didn't like me, but she wasn't wearing makeup that day. And after we met, she ran home and put makeup on. So I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying, oh man, I just got mascara on my face. It was a long road from there. She still wasn't incredibly fond of me. She wouldn't come and talk to me, and I tried to go talk to her. She wasn't having it.
I was not very nice to him.
I needed some humbling. I'll be the first to admit. Dude, I gotta blend that sucker. Her dad runs a youth camp up north. He invited me to come be a counselor up there, and Coco was there, and her mom set us up making fish packets, which are just like foil things of fish that we like fold up,
we have, like,
and we put it in the fire.
Season them, put some onions, some lemons.
They're really good.
And we cook them over the fire.
And she was finally forced to talk to me, and it was incredible. And that was my in, and ever since that day, dude, it was a slippery slope. It was like, okay, this is a cool trick Coco showed me last time. This is some kind of, I don't know why you'd want to name it this, urban decay. I just think of like litter on the side of a gutter in a street. But anyway, this is urban decay all-nighter. And I don't know what it does, but she did this, so I'm doing it. So we met 2012 and got married 2015. That was that. One of the things I love about Coco, you think that maybe she's a little quiet and reserved, which she totally is. But this one time, this was like right when she started actually talking to me. Hold on, I gotta think about what I'm doing next here. Okay, I'm gonna give my I'm gonna try to do a wing. So I'm just gonna try it, dude. I got nothing to prove. I think that eye turned out pretty well though. Try to close your eyes. Let me see. Look at that. My dad and father-in-law are probably like, that is way too good. I've watched her do it for a while. And I've also watched like, she'll be watching those makeup videos, you know? And I'm not all about them, but I like spending time with her. Oh, this is hard, dude. My hands are so shaky. Okay, let me see. Should I show them? It's not bad. It's not bad. Try to look for yourself.
Oh wow, that's really not bad.
Na-da-da-da-da. But anyway, like, I'm not all about the makeup stuff and the videos and whatnot, but she loves them. And like, she'll be in the car and I'll put on my music and she tolerates it. Not only tolerates it, but sings along and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I'll sit down there and watch some James Charles or something with her and just be there with her. And the whole marriage thing is like a give and take all the way. And the give is like giving time, doing stuff you don't want to do. I picked up a few tricks over the time. Last time I did this bronzer thing. Yeah, but anyway, so the story I was telling like 5 minutes ago, she's like quiet and reserved, right? But there was this one time when she came out of her shell. She mentioned that like she could have fun sometimes, and I was like, I'm not buying it. I've never seen it. And she's like, I can. And I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, okay, let's chug syrup together. Like straight up Aunt Jemima maple syrup. And she was like, chug syrup? I was like, yeah, dude, let's take a big chug and see what happens. And she was like, fine. So we sat there and done chug syrup together. It was awesome. And that dude, I don't know if you've ever chugged syrup with somebody, but it was really fun. And I got to know her pretty well.
You did all of this again, just.
Gonna see if she can do it. I'll do it, you do it.
Okay.
Show everybody what the world consists of. Down the hatch.
Oh. It's down your shirt. It's down your shirt.
Ugh. It is so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it all down my shirt. Isn't it fun? We got like foundation and stuff, and then a 36-ounce jumbo size Aunt Jemima sitting on the table. So now you guys have all seen the side of Savannah where she will chug some daggum syrup.
Now it's like no problem. Like I'm a pro.
We're gonna have to find some. If you got something else we can chug, send us a link. Let's see it. Gallon of milk.
No.
Okay, so after that, I don't remember what this stuff is called. This is another tart one. Interesting names these things have. Oh, this is super pink. This must be blush.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, YouTube tutorials.
Okay, PJ, I have another question.
Okay.
What is the hardest thing about being here in Colorado?
Practically speaking, it's the cars. The traffic is awful here. So I did this stuff, I did that stuff, and there was also like a highlighter. I'm not sure which one the highlighter is. Was it this little tiny thing? So I got Kevin a coin. Dang it, these things. I'm showing you these 4 colors. You know they spend like 20 bucks on these things?
That's more than that.
What? This is nuts. Okay, so the hardest part about being here, practically speaking, is the traffic for sure. When you follow like what God is doing in your life, I feel like it's easy to have a lot of doubts. I'd say those doubts is probably the hardest part for me. Just thinking, did I make the right choice? Did I actually hear from God on this? And then being married is a whole different thing too, because I'm not just doing it on myself, I'm having her with me, you know? And so I'm thinking, man, she misses her family, she misses her home. Is she enjoying it here? It's so hard dealing with the emotional aspect of things. And then just being like, knowing so much that God has called you to be somewhere and then not seeing everything come to pass like right off the bat. You think that things are gonna happen like instantly, and they just don't, hardly ever. And so being patient is a hard thing too. And I'm a millennial, so patience is not my strong point.
I think also too, not knowing what's next in terms of like, are we ever gonna leave Colorado? When would that be?
Yeah.
Things like that. It's just, we just don't know. So that's another hard thing I would say.
It's totally worth it though. Like just knowing that you stepped out and are doing something that like God asked you to do. If you've seen my eternal mindset video, this helps a lot with moments like this, because I'm like, in a million billion years from now, when I'm near Jesus in real, or like face to face with him, I'm not gonna be thinking about how hard it was in Colorado. I'm just gonna be like, dude, God gave me an opportunity to serve him in the midst of confusion and somewhat of chaos, and I did it, and it was awesome. You know, that's what I'm excited about. So I gotta do her lips now. I'm using this stuff called I Am Perfect. This must be Jesus's lipstick if he had lipstick, I guess. How do you like it? How do you like that, makeup girls? We're gonna throw this bad boy on them bad boys.
Shark Week or a new true crime docuseries?
Oh gosh. I wanna say Shark Week because I think Chip from Chip and Joanna, I think he would like Shark Week, but I'm not Chip, and I love crime docuseries. I just do. The only problem is like a lot of them are just super boring. Okay, what about you?
I would say Shark Week.
Shark Week.
Yeah, because like every year is like new stuff.
Yeah, but they never find Megalodon. They're like, we got new information on Megalodon, and then you watch it, and it's like the same footage you saw last year. And it's like shaky footage. Somebody like drops a
Dark
camera in the
shadows.
water. There's just a bunch of like underwater screaming like, and then they're like, Megalodon. And that's it. That's all we ever get any year. Find them or do something else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. True crime. Try me. Now our blue is a little like more neon blue than Mel Gibson's, so just bear with us, you know.
Okay, what is your spiritual gift?
Oh, I believe that God has called me to be a pastor. Or a preacher, pastor, preacher, shepherd, speaker of the word. So that would be my spiritual gift. And I gotta say, I really love it. And I love also getting to, I don't know, just connect with people. If you haven't noticed by like my stuttering and stuff like that, I'm actually a pretty socially awkward person. And when I preach, like that does come out at times. It's kind of a weakness of mine, and God still uses it to like expand his kingdom and bring him glory, you know? So I'm like, whatever, if I stutter, if I say the wrong thing, if I make people laugh because I say something like trying, I don't care, because he's gonna use it, you know? Look at that, dude. Braveheart, man! Freedom!
What is your Anchorage restaurant that you have to go to?
Of course, okay, I'm gonna give you two answers. If you guys go to Anchorage, you gotta go to Taco King, because they have great tacos. They have ruined my taste of tacos, and now if it's not Taco King, I'm like, I don't want it. This one isn't a restaurant, but it's a coffee shop. Kaladi's Coffee has like the best coffee. I'm looking at pictures of Braveheart. Pretty cool. So you don't have the exact same face as Braveheart, so you know.
Really?
No. Mel Gibson has a wider forehead and a wider jaw, so I'm just gonna have to make it work.
I really wanted to have the same face shape as Mel Gibson.
Dude, you're such a champ for letting me do this to you. So, you guys are probably wondering, we talk about moving here a lot, and you're probably wondering how we got here. It's actually a pretty funny story, because I've been feeling like God was leading me to go start a church somewhere for a long time. Actually, more than 2 years. But we had to wait and let Coco finish her nursing degree, and she ended up finishing, and then we're like, okay, we gotta start praying about what we're gonna do. So anyway, we were praying and stuff, and we were just like, well, we wanna do college ministry. So I was like, well, where's some really good colleges? So I just looked up like top colleges in America, and Boulder, Colorado came up over and over and over. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll pray about Colorado. But it wasn't like a serious option, you know what I mean? It was just something we're gonna pray about. Okay? And so we were praying about that, and it turns out that God kept directing us towards moving here. And so we're like, okay, that's interesting. We didn't know what to think about it, if we were excited or happy or what, because it wasn't where I wanted to go. And she was just like, what's Colorado? And then one day, we are huge Office fans. It's definitely our favorite show.
Oh,
yeah, it's by far our favorite show. We were just laying on the floor watching The Office, and spoiler alert coming up. If you haven't seen it, skip forward like a minute. You know, Michael and Holly, they eventually end up getting together. There's this one episode where she has to move to go help her parents, and he ends up quitting his job and he's gonna go move with her, and it's his last day at the office. It's Michael's last episode. And so he's kind of like saying his goodbyes and stuff, and he's getting so emotional, and he's like, you know what, I can't do it. I'm calling Holly up and telling her I can't move with her. And so he calls up Holly, and the moment he hears her voice, he just like, everything is okay again, you know? It's like he's hearing the love of his life. And they start talking, and he's like, where are we moving anyway? And Coco, right after he said that, Coco said, if she says Boulder, we're moving. And right away, Holly goes, Boulder. Yeah, and we just looked at each other like,
I had butterflies.
What? Yeah.
I felt sick. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, dude, I started doing Fortnite dances, and we were like, okay, we were like, that's it. And then I officiated a wedding in Oklahoma, and like our car rental place was on Boulder Road, and everything was just Boulder, Boulder, Boulder. So we bought plane tickets before we even found a place to live. We were like, this is it, we're going.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. I wouldn't suggest basing a major decision of your life off of a TV show.
I mean, there was like a sequence of events that led up to that, and that was like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there was a sequence of events for sure.
It could have been any place.
Yeah. And I really believe that's how God spoke to us that day. You know, he meets us where we're at out of everything. So it's no surprise to me. Okay, I'm going to let her put on her false eyelashes, and we're going to see the final touch-up. So if you were a type of cucumber, what cucumber would you be?
So a lot of you guys probably don't know this, but PJ, his very first job was at Sonic as a skating car hop.
Skating car hop.
He made a drink called
the Zombie. I did make a drink called the Zombie. Dude, if you're from Cleveland, you might remember it. It almost got on the menu.
They almost got it on the menu at Sonic. That's
okay,
so crazy.
I'll tell you how to make it, because it's not on the menu. You'll have to special order it. But this is what you say, okay? It's a cream slush with a shot of orange and a shot of blue coconut. And this is the special part. You have to ask for a shot of neutral. Now, some Sonics won't know what you're talking about and won't do it, but neutral is what makes like the cherry limeades or like some of the limeade drinks sour. So it's a sour orange and blue coconut cream slush, and it's really good. And if you go and order it at Sonic, please send me a picture of it so I can just like, I would love to see it again. You're looking fine. When we were at Disney, and I have like no butt, so my pants fall down, you know? And I was a spry little kid. I think this was on the same trip, and we went to Disney, and they have poles, and I would like leapfrog over the poles, you know? And when I did, one of my pants kind of sagged down on one of it, and so my pants got caught right on the crotch, but I didn't fall. It caught so well that I just flipped upside down and hung upside down on the pole, and I couldn't get myself off, and I was just hanging upside down on the pole by the crotch of my jeans. My dad had to come over and pick me up by the legs straight up and drop me down. Okay, well, that's the end of it. We're gonna show you guys a little montage of Coco's new Braveheart look. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, that's the end of it, guys. This was a good time, and we'll see what we do next time. If you have any cool ideas or any good questions or anything, let us know. We'd love to answer for you. Get you a girl who can do both. All right, see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.